My wound first appeared at the end of November a year and a half ago. I was at my parents' place. I was putting on my stocking because I had a DVT in my right leg, and I had a bite, which didn't pay much attention to, but it did sting, and it was something I went, wow, that was a bit weird. And then 3 months later, I had a wound pop up, or the starting of a what looked like a bite or an ulceration that grew very quickly and very deep, very fast. It was probably the size of a good 50-cent piece, maybe even a little bit bigger. And I just used a Band-Aid type medical seal to try and help, and was supposed to heal it over a period of time. But being what it was, it didn't heal.
I was not aware of it, but I scratched or scraped my ankle. And this didn't heal quickly. My daughter, now a doctor, looked at it and said, "You'll go into hospital, Mum. Have a couple of days in hospital, get that fixed." And that wound on my ankle just didn't get fixed. It just stayed there. And my doctor finally said, "Look, Alison, it's just not going very well. I think we get somebody in to have a look at this." And she said, "This person called Jan Rice, and I'll get in touch with her."
So 5 years ago, I ended up with a wound on my left foot, on my right toe, well, the toe. And I went to my local doctor. My local doctor was not there, the normal bloke that I normally had, so I went and saw a young fella. And he was just pretty dismissive of the whole thing. He just said, "Oh, look, just put a bit of Benadine on it and a Band-Aid and she'll be right." A few weeks later, hadn't healed, got a bit worse. Went back to the same doctor, young fella again, got the nurse involved. Nurse said, "Oh, no, just put some Benadine on it, she'll be right." Got a little bit worse again. So someone suggested going to a podiatrist. I didn't know what a podiatrist was. Went to the podiatrist said, "Look, this is really serious, you need to go to hospital."
Probably should have gone and seen someone earlier. Considering that I normally do heal reasonably quick with wounds, this one seemed to hang out a bit longer. And being one of the busier times in my life, it was just difficult to do that. But probably sometimes I think it's better to pay the attention to your health than the work. Not always possible, but we always try. I think it's worth trying to keep your health at its max.